Crucial Conversations by Kerry Patterson. Key insights. Okay, let's admit it. Sometimes it's hard to have those tough conversations. Like, how do you even bring up those heavy topics that make you want to scream in frustration and lash out in anger? Seriously, there are just some topics that make people lose it on one another, even if they're usually pretty level-minded individuals. So, how do we deal with these issues? What is the right way of approaching these problems? In Crucial Conversations, Kerry Patterson lays the basis for how to have these tear-jerking, fist-throwing conversations in a healthy way. This is the first principle of dialogue. Start with your heart. That is, your own heart. If you can't get yourself right, you'll have a hard time getting the dialogue right. Kerry Patterson. You'll go from steaming from the ears to calm as a cucumber with Kerry's high-valued advice. Key points. Irrational responses form crucial topics. If you're like many of us, you've had what has started out with a conversation with your significant other, and halfway through, you realize you're actually in the midst of an argument. This is what we call a crucial conversation because it's drenched in intense emotion. If we don't manage these crucial conversations, they can be destructive to our relationships. It is hard to think rationally when you're bombarded with one of these hard-to-deal-with topics. A rush of adrenaline is automatically sent through the body, which heightens our responses. The body goes into fight or flight mode because of the intense energy, which leads to super speedy decision-making and eliminates rational thinking. People who can master crucial conversations are better able to lead because they're trained to think rationally under stress. And similarly, couples who can have those tough conversations calmly together are more likely to stay together for the long haul. Freely share information. When you're participating in a crucial conversation, it is most important to share freely without the fear of hurting another person's feelings or being criticized. The mistake most of us make in our crucial conversations is we believe that we have to choose between telling the truth and keeping a friend. Kerry Patterson. Sharing this information freely leads to more informed, rational, and right decisions because both parties have all the information laid out in front of them. When information is shared freely, people are more likely to commit to making solutions and exploring all available options. It becomes problem-solving rather than a shouting match. And even if the solution to the problem chosen you don't fully agree with, you will give it a try because you were part of the decision-making process. Stay focused on your goal. Any time that you're bombarded by an opposing idea, you must remember your goal. Just getting angry from the initial attack will not solve anything. Take a moment to breathe and remember what you want to get from the words you're about to put into the conversation. Make sure they align with your goal and are not stemming from anger. Also, be sure to identify what you don't want to happen. For example, if you don't want your partner to walk out of the room, don't tell him to leave while you're under high emotions. Feeling unsafe leads to aggression. If you don't feel safe in the environment in which you are, it can oftentimes lead to aggressive behavior. This is a defense mechanism meant to protect you. And what's even worse is that once you feel unsafe, it's very hard to recover from it. The high emotion will still feed your responses. These aggressive behaviors can go one of two ways. Silent. This is when people start to hide their opinions in a conversation. Or violent. This is when people try to force their opinions on the other person. How to create a safe conversation. Two important things make up a safe space: common purpose and mutual respect. Mutual respect must be set before the conversation even takes place. It is not something that can be thrown in over the course of the discussion. Common purpose is important because you need to make sure you both want the same end goal. If not, you might have to create one in order for your goals to align. There needs to be some common ground that is based on respect for the two parties to come together to find a solution to the issue at hand. Get your facts straight. Sometimes during a conversation, one wrong word can make your head spin. It's happened to all of us. That's why it's important to make sure you get your facts straight. What we mean by this is to make sure you didn't misinterpret what the other person said before you fly off the handle, having the conversation take a downhill spiral. Once you've breathed and sorted out the facts, it will be easier to find a solution to what was just said. Make their opinions valued. When having crucial conversations, it's important to make sure that everyone's opinions are valued. This will allow them to feel safe and open up to share freely, which, as we mentioned before, it's vital to crucial conversations. Make sure you ask questions, actively listen, and help to problem solve. Stay focused on understanding rather than fighting for your opinion. Put the conversation into action. Once the resolution has been made, you must find a way to put it into action. And the first step is to decide who holds the decision-making power and who the decision affects. If a lot of people are affected by the decision, like where to have Thanksgiving dinner, consider a vote to determine the outcome. When the final decision has been made, responsibilities must be doled out. These responsibilities are mainly stating who must do what and by when. Goals without deadlines aren't goals. They're merely directions. Kerry Patterson. Everything must be crystal clear for a resolution to work seamlessly. Main takeaway. To avoid difficult conversations turning into attack battles, you must learn the techniques to create a safe space for free talk and mutual respect. Once you do that, solving problems is a piece of cake.
Hi, I'm Rhonda, and this is an exclusive audiobook video recorded for the Audiobook Master channel. Enjoy your audiobook and have fun learning. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll get updated on our next upload. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and say your thoughts about the book we just covered. Do you want to listen to a summary or review of a book that we haven't covered in the past? Say it in the comments below or send us a message. Don't forget to check our other uploads. Enjoy listening!